Welcome back, guys. It's still echoey in the house, so deal with it. I am making this house into a smart home, so this is going to be my first video on making my house a smart home. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have an easy way to get into the house with a door lock. So I'm going to start with a smart door lock. It's not going to be linked to my phone. I'm getting another one that will be, and I also have a smart cleaner now. So let's go over that. All right, first up is my most used door, and that is here in my garage, which I recently got an awesome light. It is insanely bright, only $10. I'll link that below. But now I can actually do stuff on the cars and see something. I'll still get more lights, but I have the garage door right over here, which is already a security in a way. So you have to open up the garage and then get in here before you get into the house. So I didn't want this one to be super expensive, but I wanted it to be very easy to use. This one's not linked to your phone. This is the cheapest smart lock you can get on Amazon. It actually has very good reviews. Even the lockpicking lawyer has gone through and said, these have security pins. So for something this cheap, it's definitely doing very well. And as you can see, it's the same color as my existing doorknob, so it matches perfectly, at least from the outside. In the inside, not so much. It's that black plastic, which kind of sucks. But on the outside, it's amazing. And as you can see, once I get home, I go ahead and close my garage door, and then I come in and I just put my finger on here. I'm in my house. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can also put in a code and then hit the T-hole and you'll get in. So if you have a normal door, this is a very easy installation. So I've got a normal door. Make sure you know what width your door is, because there's two different widths, and I guess there's different hole sizes. As far as I know, I got a normal door. I've never seen a door not look like this, and apparently this kit comes with everything for any sort of door, so you'll be covered. You might have to do some modifications, but I had to do absolutely nothing. So first thing you have to do is take off your old deadbolt. That's really, really easy. You just take off the two Phillips head on here. That slides out. There's a little pin piece here that slides through this portion of your deadbolt. That little pin goes through there. And when you turn this, that's what turns this, which makes your deadbolt come in and out. Like, it's just three little bits there. Once you take that out, then you get the new one. And this is how you put the new one in. You'll put it in through the hole in the side of the door. It's so easy. You put that in, then you put the two provided screws into here so this stays in place. It's a little pin. They give you different little covers here, and they also give you different covers on the inside just in case you don't have it or you need to update the one that you already have. But again, I've already got all the hardware. I just need to swap it out for the new one. So this is in. This is securing this in place, so this doesn't go anywhere. A little floppy right now. So first thing we need to do is get all of our stuff in a row. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver. Choose your poison. However, I do have to say, the skinny head is needed for when you do the screws on the inside. This one fits, and something with like a thick head like that, it doesn't fit in there. So try to get something a little bit thinner for your screwdriver. But if you have a normal door, like I said, you just need a screwdriver. That's it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our outside and we're going to feed it through the door. So you can see that goes under. And see how you have two holes. You've got two threaded holes on both sides, and then you have this big long pin. That pin is gonna go through the middle, which I've got it turned sideways here so it actually fits through it. This is kind of hard to do with one hand. I should get an award for this. Oh God, I can do it. I can't do it. Oh, I did it. Okay, so that goes through there. And then you can see the two holes will line up on the other side. This is the only difference between a normal lock and not, is you actually have a wiring harness. So I hold this in place, and then I come down here, and you need to get this plate. This plate is what the new deadbolt side thing attaches to. You don't have to do any drilling in the door. It just attaches to this plate, and this plate attaches to the deadbolt mechanism on the inside. So I'll get the plate on here, and feed this bit through this small hole down here at the bottom. Just like that. I'm just holding it in place right now so you can see I've got this fed through, and then these two holes are going to line up with the existing holes. You can kind of see on the inside. And remember what I said, measure the width of your door because they provide two different sized screws. You've got long ones and short ones depending on how fat your door is. So I've got the longer ones just because my door is a certain width. So I'm gonna grab those two. They're gonna go through these two holes, which are then gonna go through the inside, through those holes, and then attach on the inside through there. All right, I just started the threads there. You can see they go all the way through. They go through the holes, and I know they're in on the other side because if I grab it and I tug on it, they're grabbing. So I can let go of this side and I can tighten these up. Don't tighten them up all the way because when you start to get a little snug, open up the door and make sure it's even and it's not like tilted off to the side like that. Make sure it's nice and even before you get them tight. All right, they're nice and snug enough to where I can move this around just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this is straight up and down. It looks good. This side is also straight up and down because you need both sides to look good because we're gonna put this and mount it onto here. So make sure both are nice and straight up and down and then tighten these two up. Once both sides are straight, you're gonna get this plastic bit. Sadly, this is black plastic. It'd be nice if it matched the inside. Since the outside already matches it, I don't know why they do that. But then again, this thing's like 50 bucks. So yeah. So this needs to be started in the unlock position. So straight up and down. And if you look at the back, this is in a horizontal position. This needs to match it. If it's straight up and down, just rotate it. So that is straight across like that, just like this one. So those are going to match up to each other when we put it in. We need to first get this and plug it into the single connector up here. So we'll put it in and make sure it pops into place. And once that is in place, it's just as easy as putting this up, match up the holes, put it into place. You can see that's where the hole should go on the inside. And then you get the provided 3 tiny screws down there. They're so far away. But you're gonna get those 3. You're gonna have one that goes through here, one through here, and the third one down here at the bottom. And once those screws are in place, you're done. Get some batteries, throw them in there. Batteries not included. Throw them in there. I just got some cheapo, not even Walmart, I just got some dollar store batteries. And it says this is supposed to last for a year with an average of 10 openings and closings per day. So I haven't had this a year. I've only had it for maybe a week. It hasn't died yet, so that's a plus. And I also do have to say to make sure when you install or reinstall, not a smart one, not a dumb one, any deadbolt, make sure that it opens and closes fully without you having to push on the door. If you have to push on the door or pull on the door or anything like that, you're gonna have to adjust where the hole is at, because if this thing automatically locks by itself, which is what I have it set to, you don't want to be pulling or pushing on the door. You just want it to do it by itself, just to make things easy. Why would you want to wait here when it can do it automatically? That's the point of smart home. T-hole. All right, now that we have the installations complete, I mean, super easy, now comes the difficult part of programming. Because there's no app, you don't program the stuff with your phone, which would be awesome. You have to do it through the keypad, which is tedious. All right, guys, this is for demonstration purposes only because I've already set up my stuff and I don't want to reset it and then reset it because this gets really tedious, like I said. So I'm just gonna go through and say what you put in to make more sense of the instructions. Now, when I say T-ho, we're talking about the T-ho button. I don't know if that's actually how you say it. It's a Chinese name. Forgive me. So, first thing that we have to do, change the master code. You don't have to do this, but I mean, you're putting in a security device. If someone comes up and they just know that the security base code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they can get into your home. They can even lock you out if they want. So, change that code. And that's how we do it. I'll start off with this one to give you an example of how it's done on the keypad, and then I'll kind of go over the cool stuff that this thing can do. So this means that you push the button twice. So let's start with this. Tiho, master code, and then Tiho. So we're gonna hit Tiho, and then you're gonna put in the current code, which is the default, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're gonna confirm with Tiho. Once we're done with that, it's gonna say, wait for the green light. Once that's done, it'll just take like a millisecond, it'll blink green, and then you wanna press 1. So we hit 1, and that lets it know, hey, I wanna do a change master code. Now you enter your new master code. So just like the song, 8675309, that'll be our code. Then you hit Tiho, just to say, that's my code, and then you confirm it. 8675309. You'd put in your code and then hit the button again to confirm that's the code I want. And as long as it's the same as the first one, it'll accept it. So button twice, master code, confirm, press the 1 button, the new master code, hit the Tiho, new master code, Tiho. That's how to read these. So add a user code. If you want to add someone to this door lock system, you just add their code. So you hit the button twice, master code, the new one that you just made, hopefully. Tiho button. Now you press 2 and you enter their code, Tiho, and then confirm, enter their new code, Tiho. So if you want your mom or your dad or your uncle or your cat or whatever to come into your home, you give them a code. And it's like, oh yeah, your code is 1511 or whatever. Then when they come over, they hit 1511 Tiho. Na-na-na. The door will unlock. Easy as pie. But if you have a falling out with your grandma's cat, you can always delete them by following those instructions. Next up, you can add fingerprints. This is the reason why I got this lock. Fingerprint. I don't have a key. I don't want to do the pin. I just want to come up to the door, put my finger on it, it unlocks, I can get in my house. So, in order to do that, we hit the button twice, your master code, and then the Tiho button to confirm. Wrong one. Press 4. That will get you into add fingerprint mode. And then you just scan your fingerprint 8 times. It's extremely quick. As soon as you hear the beep, you'll just put it on. It'll go beep, beep, beep. Do it 8 times. It's in. Delete fingerprints. Follow that to delete fingerprints. Silent mode, if you don't like beeping, do that. Auto lock. This is the last thing I'm going to go over. This is awesome. I have this. So auto lock, this one is just to turn it on or off. Tiho button twice. Master code Tiho to confirm. Press 7. 1 for keeping it on, or 2 for taking it off. Mine is on, so once you do that, then you can set the delay anywhere between 10 and 99 seconds. What that does is, okay, so I unlock the door, I come inside, I don't have to touch anything. I come inside, slide across the floor, smack my face against that corner, pass out for a while. But as I'm passed out, peeing myself, I can rely on the door to lock itself so no stranger comes in through the door and teabags me. No one wants that. So the door right now is still unlocked. I have my timer set for 30 seconds. So 10 to 99 seconds, I have mine set for 30. It locks itself. And now I'm safe from being teabagged. And I thought I'd just add this in here because I didn't really want to make an entire video on it because it's not really anything to unbox. So there's not really anything to put together. It's very simple. It's the vacuum cleaner, the smart robotic vacuum cleaner. It's awesome because most of my floors here are laminate or hardwood, just not carpet. Even though this thing does carpet, I have a lot of hardwood area. And when you're walking around in your, bare feet in the summertime and you step on crumbs or hairs or, small animals, it gets in the way. It gets in between your toes and your feels for earth or floor. So I don't like that. And I don't want to sweep all the time. So I got a robot to do it for me. Meet Yuffie. So this little guy is called Captain Suck. And he can be on voice command. He can be on I think Google and Siri there's no vacuum cleaner that's currently on HomeKit if you have Apple, but there's a workaround on how to do that. You just have to get a Homebridge and it's the same thing. You just say, hey, so-and-so, turn this dude on. And then he gets off and then he starts scrubbing your floors. So there's a bunch of different ones. I got this one. It was on sale. It was super cheap. It was like maybe $100. But I got this one because of its mapping system. It maps out your house. For some reason, it doesn't save it. But the way that it goes, it does it in lines compared to the other ones that do random. It just bounces off the wall. It's really inefficient. And I want this thing to get done quickly as soon as possible. There is a really cool app that goes with this so you can see what it's mapped out and it shows like a kind of a layout of the house that you have. I just want these areas cleaned. I mean, honestly, no matter what vacuum cleaner, little robotic one you get, it's not going to be as good as a standard vacuum cleaner when it comes to cleaning carpet. So what I do, I just keep the doors closed. So when it comes through here, it'll bump its head on that and just keep going. So I've got this entire area, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, the hallway, this whole area, as long as I close the doors, because he'll bump that open and he'll keep going. He don't give an F. He's like, open door? I think not. But once all of this is cleaned, I've just got the rooms that I occasionally have to clean with a regular vacuum cleaner to get the most powerful suction action. This thing's awesome. I do it every day. I empty the little bin on the bottom and that's it. You can get a more expensive one that empties its own bin. But this is probably one of the coolest things I have. The only caveat is when you run it, you have to make sure stuff isn't suckable. And what I mean is, number one, cords. He will eat the cords and drag stuff out and then break himself. And when I say break himself, he doesn't actually break himself. He's got one little bit here on the bottom. This thing comes off really easily, which is a good thing. You don't want anything broken. Charging. Yeah, that's what I said. That comes off really easily, so if he gets trapped up in this, it'll fly off and you just get less cleaning power. So number one, don't have cords. Number two, random stuff that he could possibly suck up, like this little string. It never used to be this bad, but he'd grab this and then suck it up and then just get stuck on this, try to rip this off, and then he gets stuck and then it's a horrible screeching noise. You don't want to hear that? So I just keep that tucked up like that. Boom. See that hair from Lady? Miss Lady is gonna go bye-bye next time I run this guy because he's awesome. That one's not so bad, but that's pretty much it. As long as you don't have stuff around that he's gonna suck up by accident, you can put him on a schedule to run every day and he's awesome. So that's my current smart home. Next video, I'm gonna make my garage door smart since I already have the door smart. I'm gonna do a smart door. I'm gonna do a thermostat. I'm gonna do everything smart, except for you, because that doesn't make any sense. I don't need a smart fridge, that's stupid. So stay tuned.